The visitors of Madison High. It was just a normal day at Madison High. The bell had gone off, and students were beginning to pile into the classrooms. I remember that morning like it was yesterday. I was standing in the hallway, surrounded by my peers, when I noticed something strange. At the end of the hallway, where the lockers were located, there was a group of people that didn't belong. They were dressed in all white, like they had stepped out of a dream. But what was strangest of all was their eyes. They were jet black and seemed to stare right through me. No one seemed to notice them. It was like they weren't there. I wanted to go up and talk to them, but I was too scared. After a few minutes, they dispersed into different directions. The next day, they were back. This time I noticed they didn't seem to have any human features. They had long tentacles instead of arms, and their heads were oddly shaped. It was then that I knew they weren't from this world. The next few days, I started to notice that some of my classmates had been behaving differently. They seemed to be more distant and quiet. It was like something had changed within them. One day, I decided to follow one of the visitors. I followed them all the way to the library, where I saw them talking to one of my classmates, who suddenly seemed to be entranced by their words. As I watched, the visitor touched my classmate's forehead and he slumped to the floor. I was stunned. I knew I had to do something. I quickly ran back to the hallway, where the visitors had first appeared, and waited for them. When they came, I confronted them. "What are you doing here?" I demanded. One of the visitors stepped forward and spoke in a strange language. I couldn't understand it, but I could feel its power. He then told me that he and his kind had come to our world to study us. They wanted to understand why humans behave the way they do, so they could use it to make the universe a better place. I was shocked. I asked them if they had done anything to my classmates, and they admitted they had. They had put a spell on them, so that they would never feel fear. I was appalled. I begged them to undo the spell, but they said it was impossible. They said that if they did, it would cause too much chaos in the universe. I knew I couldn't let them get away with this. I quickly gathered up a group of classmates and we confronted the visitors. We demanded that they leave our world and never return. After a long negotiation, they finally agreed and left our planet forever. The next day, I noticed my classmates were back to their normal selves. I was relieved, but I was still haunted by the memory of the visitors. They had come to our world to study us, but they left with so much more. The visitors of Madison High taught us that fear is a powerful emotion and should not be taken lightly. They showed us that no matter how powerful we become, there will always be something greater than us.